Alright, what is up guys? Welcome to part 2 of my Let's Play of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 for the PlayStation 1. This episode we're finishing or starting the first competition, move on to the Minneapolis level, and move on to one of the hardest levels of the game, Downhill Jam. And luckily, if you guys know Tony Hawk, you know how much of a bitch that secret tape can be on that level. And luckily I get it on my, I think, second try, so we got that out of the way. So enough with that. I figured since last episode I talked about like my history with the PS2, I thought I'd talk about my history with the GameCube this episode. I remember I got my GameCube in 6th grade. For my birthday I got money, and I never really got money for my birthday. I always had a set gift, and I couldn't think of anything this year. I never thought maybe I should just ask for money. So I got a bunch of money for Christmas, and decided, at this time, keep in mind I only have a PS2 still, and I decided I would like to get a new console. So go to GameStop after my birthday, and I decided to pick out the GameCube. I believe it's like 30, 40 bucks. Got all the hookups, the extra controller, and a memory card. And then the guys recommended me games, and I picked up a bunch of games, because at the time GameCube games were still relatively cheap, like not crazy cheap, but you get what I mean. Anyways, some of the games I picked out with it were Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I think I got Luigi's Mansion with it, and Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't know why, but that game really sticks out to me as a GameCube game. I just feel like it plays the best on the GameCube, and I always got stuck on this part where you're Venom and you're chasing around, I think, Electro, and I always got stuck on that part. Also, there's this part where you're Spider-Man chasing around, I think the Beetle is his name. Just chase missions in that game are pretty difficult. But enough about that game. Mario Sunshine, fantastic game. I know some people don't like that one as much as the others, but I really did enjoy Mario Sunshine. Also, Luigi's Mansion. Now, some people say good game, some people say it's bad game. I think it's alright. Not my favorite game. I always had difficulties with that one as well. I guess I was just a dumb kid. Anyways, that one's, I don't know what I think about that now. Now I still have that game. I bought it again, and still, I haven't gotten too much into it, but I got the second one on the 3DS, which still have yet to play that one as well. But another game, Super Smash Bros. Melee, probably the best GameCube game. Played that so much with friends and by myself, and all fantastic memories from that game. Caused fights a little bit with friends, but always was a good time. I think I got like every trophy and stuff in that game, and fortunately I don't have that game anymore, and of course it is a ridiculously expensive game now, but maybe I'll be able to get it sometime later on, as well as some other GameCube games I'm missing. I'll talk about later. I got another GameCube this summer, but anyways, so after my birthday that year, Christmas, my birthday's in November, so Christmas is right around the corner, and of course for Christmas I asked for GameCube games, and I remember I got GameCube games and an iPod Shuffle for that Christmas, and I remember the choice of GameCube games was a little iffy, I thought, but there was one major one that I got that is probably one of my favorite games ever now, and that is Resident Evil 4. Love that game. Cannot stress it enough. Probably my favorite. I want to say it's my favorite game, but I don't know about that. Anyways, I just played that game so much. It was the first like really scary game I ever played, and that whole entire winter break, that is what I played, and I did beat the game, and great memories with that one. And the other games I got for Christmas were like, I got like NHL 2003, which not a good game. I mean, I never really played it much, but I didn't like it. I know some NHL games I like. 2001 on PS2, I love that game. And Enter the Matrix on GameCube, which had that game already on PS2, and it was just alright on PS2. And I honestly don't even think I ever played that game just because I already had it. But and I remember it's 2 discs though. So was Resident Evil 4. I was never had a 2 disc GameCube game. But yeah, I pretty much main thing of that is Resident Evil 4. It was a great game. uh, some other games I played. I got Metroid Prime when I bought the GameCube. That game was really cheap at the time, and I didn't get into it that much. But I did recently, like within the last couple of years, got it on the Wii with the Metroid Prime trilogy. And man, that is a good game. Highly recommend that to anyone. I know the Metroid Prime trilogy is a little pricey, but still really recommend it if you can find it. I know it's hard to find. Some other games. I remember after Resident Evil 4, I was like, man, these games must be amazing because this is the 4th one and I've never even heard of them. So went to GameStop, bought Resident Evil 1, the remake, and boy, that game is different than Resident Evil 4. I never got too far into that one. However, like I did with Metroid Prime, I got that game recently, like a year ago now, on the Xbox One with the Resident Evil Remake HD, and played through that on there, and was able to get through that, so I can say I've experienced that. Like, Crimson Heads in that game are a bitch. It's just some parts of that game that really aggravated me, but still, probably the best remake of a game I've ever played. And now I have pretty much every single Resident Evil game. I don't have like Outbreak File 2 and like just some random games, but I have most of them, all the main series ones. Uh, After that, I picked up Resident Evil 2 a while later. That was my first time playing. That was on the GameCube, and again, never got into that one. And to this day, I know this is a crime. I still have not beaten that game. I will definitely get around to it, just haven't yet. I think that was the only Resident Evil game I got on the PS2 that were on the GameCube were those two. On the PS2, I did get Code Veronica X. Again, I got that game again recently, played not all the way through it, but I got all the way to Chris's part, and that is a fantastic game. And then I picked up Resident Evil 4 again on the PS2 because it had bonus stuff, and I had to play that. And then of course I picked up Resident Evil 4 again on the Xbox 360 when they released it in HD. So, I mean, I bought the game 3 times. It's gotta say something. Other GameCube games. I got the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on GameCube, and at first I had huge difficulty controlling that on the GameCube. Like, the button layout was just very, very strange to me. However, I eventually got a hold of it, and now I can play that game pretty normally on GameCube, with some major success. Some other, I want to say that's pretty much it. I had Mario Party 4 for a while, but I mean, that game was just alright. I loved Mario Party 1 on the Nintendo 64, but 4 was just alright, and yeah, that's like all the ones that really stick out in my mind. I'm sure I had Beautiful Joe. I had that game on GameCube. I really like that a lot. I really like cel-shaded games. Like, the Ultimate Spider-Man game was like that, and so was Beautiful Joe. Borderlands 2 on Xbox and PS3 and stuff. That was one of my favorite games, and just really like that style of game. Just, it really looks cool to me. So, anyways, I'll talk about now. Like I said earlier, I recently got a GameCube again, like over the previous summer. I found it at like a pawn shop for like 20 bucks with all the cables and hookups, and it's a black one, just like the original one I had. Or no, the original one I had was black. Just kidding. And the new one I got is silver. They did not have a black one, and that's the one I was looking for, because all of my consoles on my shelf right now are black, except the GameCube. It's a little bit of an eyesore. I have a Wii Mini, has a little bit of red, but it's mostly black. But yeah, but nonetheless, I still like the GameCube a lot, no matter what color it is. Recently when I got that, the first game I bought for it, I wanted to try something new, and I really want to get into the Metal Gear Solid series because I never got into those, so I picked up the Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which is a remake of the first game. So I hear that is the best way to play the first Metal Gear Solid game. Sorry, I keep saying Tony Hawk. I keep watching this. As you saw right there, I just fell. This fucking thing is a bitch to get. I hate that. Anyways, back to that. So I picked that up on Amazon, the Metal Gear Solid game, and I only played like it for 10 minutes. I picked up the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 again. Picked up Pro Skater 4 and American Wasteland on there, as well as Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion. And now, all I can say right now is GameCube games are not cheap anymore. They are quite expensive. So I don't have that many now, but hopefully I'll be able to get more in the future. But anyways, that's pretty much it, I guess, about the GameCube. Like, I just really liked it because it was my first non-PlayStation 2 system. Like, I never thought, I remember my friends always had, like, other systems, like the GameCube and the Xbox, and I never was able to get those until, like, after they were out. Like, when I got my GameCube, the 360 had already been out, the PS3 was already out, all the next-gen consoles at the time. Here's me getting the secret tape. That usually takes me like 4 or 5 tries, so I'm glad I got it somewhat easily on this one. As you saw, I mean, I fell earlier, and oh, it's just probably the most annoying part of this game is getting that freaking secret tape. So I think pretty much the rest of the thing, I don't. Oh, I remember what happens. I am about to get the final valve, and I keep trying to get it. I miss it there. Turn around. I have 10 seconds left. Go for it again. Miss it. Turn around. I'm like, oh man. Try for it, and I miss it. So, next episode, you guys will see me finish Downhill Game, do the rest of those, and probably, I don't know how many, maybe finish 1 or 2 more levels. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.